Welcome back to my basement. I'm Anders Colsefni. It's cold down here. I'm gonna get right to it. Start off with a question from Guru Bushido again. And he asks, I was wondering if you were ever asked to join another band or tried out for any other bands. Yeah, I was Painface. That's how I got into that. I got a call from somebody who brought that idea up to me. Same thing with Vice Grip Throttle. Ed Henry gave me a call, said, could I at least bring you over some music for you to check out? That was, a year after I left on a pale horse, and I was trying to get on with my life, and just kept dragging me back in. But and then I tried out for my cousin's band, Super Chief, but I was already in All That Crawls at the same time, so that wasn't probably going to work out anyway. But also, is there any way we can buy autographed stuff from you? Yeah. Send in an email to my Gmail account and request it, and we can get it taken care of. It's not the easiest thing to do all the time because merchandise from my website comes from quite a ways away from where I am, but we work it out. We make it work. So Brendan McDowell. You know how long I looked at your stupid name here? It said Nadner Blue Wadcom, and I was trying to figure out what the hell is that. He spelled his name backwards, and that's thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Brendan. My question is, do you feel proud or unhappy with writing some Slipknot songs that from MFKR that carried over to their first album and have become very famous for Slipknot? Proud. When they first released them, the first thing I thought was, ooh, shouldn't I get some money from that? But no. I'm extremely proud that's something that I had to do with. Specifically only one. That was I believe that was the only song that they used where they used some of my lyrics in the title. Scissors. I used a lot of lyrics from Joey and Sean also. They wrote a lot of the lyrics that I sang simply because the more input coming in, the more the output going out, and we were writing songs at such a fevered pitch. I like having influence from all sorts of places, and Joey and Sean both have their own little weird little things when they're writing words. So very proud of that fact. So thank you for asking about that. And Nadnerb pulled a Harry Carey on me. All right. This is from Justin Cuomo, and I'm going to read this whole thing, okay? This is kind of a long one, but maybe some of you guys have had experiences like this too. But when I was younger, somewhere around the mid-90s, I was vacationing. Well, it would have been mid to late 90s at this point. I was vacationing at the Jersey Shore, and I was in this small strip mall. There was an actual CD store, remember those? With all kinds of obscure and mainstream music. I randomly found MFKR on CD and bought it. I had not heard it before this point due to the lack of things available on the internet at the time. Upon opening it, I found that it was pretty much what looked like a crappy paper scan of the green and black Joey CD booklet cover in a personally burned, not pressed, CD with a printed flame image going around the whole thing. The CD did have the complete album on it in decent quality, so I was at least able to hear and own it. Was this version official in any way? I find it hard to believe a store like this would have randomly burned illegitimate CDs for sale, but I've always wondered, and it is also hard to believe the real one would be this minimal and unofficial looking. I am pretty unfamiliar with the release information on the real MFKR CD. Thanks, man. Keep on playing. Justin, Guts311. Okay, Justin. That was unofficial, and people did bootlegs all over the place. I know there was a record manufacturer or something overseas that was pressing very, very similar, almost completely undetectable fakes for a while. What you got sounded like something somebody made a copy of and were literally trying to illegitimately sell it. Do not underestimate the types of crap that can come out of the human race. You know, there certain types of people will always try to take advantage of other people. If you want more information about the actual MFKR, go to mfkr1.com. That is a great source for info on that particular CD, everything about it. Best question ever. Smokey Hobo, you already asked that one. All right. This one's from Germany, and I believe it's Uwe. He actually gave me a link to figure out how to pronounce his name correctly. Thank you for that. I don't like screwing people's names up. It makes you feel bad, and it makes me feel stupid. So, watch, I probably still got it wrong. Anyway, here's his questions. One, I guess I don't know if Uva is a male or a female, because we don't have Uvas here. We have Oprahs, but do you and the other members of Painface play other musical instruments than those which we play in the band lineup, or does someone in the band have a weakness for a special instrument that he can't play? Well, I was a drummer. Wasn't a great drummer, but I was a drummer. Mike, our drummer, can play guitar. Cornbread, our bass player, Dave, he can play guitar also. And Taco, Tony, he plays guitar. He can also play bass. And John, I don't know if he can play any other instruments at all. No idea. Haven't asked him. Haven't needed to ask him. He's a guitar player, so. And I just had a funny thought. I'm gonna save that one for another day. So, yeah, it's kind of, and the string guys can pretty much play any of the string instruments except for fiddle, I suppose. But I haven't heard much of what Mike can do on guitar. I'd prefer he just stayed on drums personally, because he's a good drummer. And me, I can't play a stringed instrument to save my life. I can't play keyboards. Just drums and yelling and so forth. And also, can I recommend a horrible werewolf film? By horrible, do you mean one that's really vicious and bloody and good to watch, or horrible as in really awful, like just a bad one that you're going to watch and laugh over? A really, really good one, my favorite werewolf movie of all time, is going to be The Howling. The first Howling. It's a little bit cheesy. Acting isn't tremendous in it. But those creatures are just awesome, and the special effects on there are awesome. And I used to daydream about being able to turn into one of those dudes, Krynos form werewolves walking on hind legs. If you're going for the other route, which is just really awful, any of the Twilight movies, that's pretty awful to me. My wife would be pissed if she heard me say that. Um, Anything after The Howling is a horrible movie too. Howling 2, Howling 3, those were pretty awful. Uh, but you know, there was just a good wolf movie from back in the '80s with Albert Finney called Wolfen. It's not about werewolves, but it was about wolves attacking people. That was a good movie too. But anyway, thank you for that from Germany, Uwe. I really appreciate you sending these in. If you guys can send me any actually recorded webcam questions, I love those. I get those on just as soon as I receive them. So if you send in a recorded webcam question, you'll bump yourself to the front of the list. And other than that, I want you guys to keep sending me questions at andrewscolsefni@gmail.com. I need to get a fireplace down here. It's kind of chilly. No bats yet, thankfully. Ooh, what was that? Hold on. Oh, what the hell?